She stole my man, now she calls me mom. You know those roommates who make you understand why people pay double the rent to live alone? That was Andrea, 23, bottle blonde, the kind of girl who filmed crying TikToks after stealing your yogurt. She moved in through Facebook Marketplace because I needed rent money, and from day one, she treated our apartment like her personal reality show where everyone else was an extra. She'd leave period blood on the toilet seat, then gaslight you about it. She'd eat your meal prep and claim she was building community through food sharing, serial manipulator in Fashion Nova bodysuits. But I managed. I had my corner of sanity. My boyfriend, Alberto, software engineer, 6'2", of genuine kindness. The type who brought me soup when I was sick and actually listened when I talked. We'd been together 3 years. I had Pinterest boards for our future house, and he named our hypothetical dog the gross corny stuff. Then Andrea decided she wanted what was mine. She'd wear excessive perfume before he came over. She'd walk from the shower to her room in just a towel, taking the long way past the couch where he sat. She laughed like a hyena at his coding jokes she couldn't possibly understand. I noticed but figured she was just pathetically thirsty, thinking Alberto would never. Until I came home early from a canceled work meeting. Her bedroom door was cracked and I heard my boyfriend's distinctive laugh, then sounds that made my stomach drop through the floor. I stood frozen, watching through the crack as my roommate sat on top of my boyfriend in her bed. I didn't scream, didn't cry. I walked to the kitchen, made myself tea, and started planning. See, Andrea had a weakness. Her dad, recently divorced, 51, silver fox type who visited monthly to bring her money because she couldn't hold a job. His name was Neil, an architect, wine collector, the kind of stable Andrea would never be. During his next visit, I made sure to be home. Yoga pants, casual conversation about my interest in modern architecture. I was 25, grieving my relationship and maybe going insane. One coffee became dinner, dinner became drinks. Within 3 weeks, I was spending nights at his downtown loft while Andrea thought I was crying at my mom's place. The plot twist I didn't see coming? Neil was brilliant. Funny. He listened like I was the only person alive. His ex-wife had cheated with his brother. He understood betrayal, understood pain. Somewhere between the revenge planning and late-night conversations about Gaudi, I caught feelings, real ones. I didn't tell him about Andrea and Alberto, at least not yet. Alberto still came around, thinking I didn't know. They'd sneak quickies while I was at work. Andrea posted Instagram stories about knowing your worth while screwing my boyfriend behind my back. Posted quotes about loyalty with my stolen boyfriend's arm and frame. Meanwhile, I was falling for her father. Wine tastings became inside jokes. Architecture tours became excuses to hold hands. By month 3, he proposed with his grandmother's ring at sunrise on the beach. I said yes because I loved him, not because of some plan. We decided on a small ceremony, just his brother and my sister as witnesses. Andrea wasn't invited. Neil mentioned she'd been acting strange lately, and he wanted our day to be peaceful. The marriage certificate was signed on a Tuesday. Neil wanted to tell Andrea in person, thinking it would be better than a phone call. After missing his last 3 calls, I suggested dinner. All 4 of us. Me, Neil, Andrea, and Alberto, who she was now officially dating after I'd mysteriously ended things through text 2 months prior. She thought she'd won. That Saturday, we met at Andrea's favorite restaurant, the one where she'd posted photos wearing my dress, sitting across from my boyfriend, using my perfume. She walked in glowing, Alberto trailing behind like a confused puppy who sensed danger. Neil stood up, genuinely excited to share his happiness with his daughter. Princess, I have news. He pulled me close, beaming with pride. Meet my wife. Andrea's fork clattered onto her plate. Alberto went white as printer paper. We got married last week. The silence stretched like taffy. Andrea's mouth opened, closed, unsure what to do, like a fish drowning in air. You're what? Her voice cracked. But she's my age. She's my roommate. Neil looked between us, confused, the puzzle pieces clicking. You know each other? I took a breath, squeezed his hand. We should talk, all of us, about everything. Andrea imploded. The truth came out. Alberto tried explaining but couldn't. Andrea moved out within a week. She texts Neil constantly about how I'm using him, but he knows better. But every Sunday she comes for a mandatory family dinner. She sits across from me while I wear her mother's old apron, serving food on her grandmother's china. Neil calls me honey and talks about our vacation plans. Last week she saw him touch my belly, saw him tear up whispering to our baby. She's going to be a big sister.